Hello, hi, namaste. I'm Preeti Sachdeva from Parenting with Preeti. So, as you all know that I am conducting the talk show on Joyful Journey, the path to happiness. I have a guest today, the very special guest, Mr. Moses Collins. Thank you so much, sir, for coming and accepting my invite.
Welcome. You're welcome, Preeti. I'm just so happy to be in your program.
It's my pleasure too, sir. So, before I start with the talk show, I would like to introduce sir that he is a pioneer in the field of education administration operation for over 15 years. He has a wide range of experience in automobile sale and marketing, logistic, transportation, and container depot, textile, HR training and development, motivation, meditation, and counseling expert, consultant in real estate and hotel, and I think many, many, many more. It's a great, great, great resume, the great profile I'm going to interact today. So thank you so much, sir, once again for coming and being a part of this talk show.
Yeah, you're welcome. And yeah, you've been doing quite a nice job in introducing a lot of people. And I just wish you all the best in your future as well. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, today we are going to talk about how we can motivate the teenage children for their life challenges. Before we go
Yeah.
into it, I would like to ask you, sir, that what challenges were you facing when you were at the teenage?
Actually speaking, Preeti, see now when I was young, it was a different story. And here I feel that every year, like as and when we grow, we face a lot of challenges. When I was small, we didn't have so much of pressure. We didn't have so much of things to do. We were not exposed to technology, and we were in fact very innocent, I would say, at those days. But here, these children are exposed to technology. They know quite a lot, that they're exposed to a lot of information. And they are well versed with the laptops. They're well versed with internet. And their knowledge is much better than what I was when I was young. And our children, we have to get, updated, as parent and as teachers, and as we have moved to this era, like we have to get, like updated. So, these children at this age, they are more facing challenges in mentally, like they are more into mental stress. And that is what I feel. And, like we didn't have, we were playing as kids, we were moving around, we were having a lot of activities. We were playing football, we were playing on the streets. Yeah. And then we were playing a lot of things, but still, but nowadays, like we are more constrained into four walls, and our kids are always into the laptop and into the cell phones, which is not that healthy. Like they're not exposed to the sunlight. Like this era is like always, like into they're sitting inside the AC. Like they're not exposed. Although they have much better knowledge, but like physically they are constrained. Like there's a lot of constraint and a lot of challenges, so that we have to overcome. So that is something which we, as a parent, as teachers, we have to make sure that we should concentrate and do something different to for our kids to overcome all these things. Yeah, that is one thing which I really, like feel in our difference, and that's it.
Right, right, right.
Hmm.
Because the thing you have mentioned is absolutely right. When I recall my childhood time, then when we were young, then there was no technology, no computers, no mobile phones, nothing. So we used to expose to the outdoor games also, plus we used to be fit also,
Yeah,
and we used to have that joint family wala environment. So it was really very
correct.
amazing. And now the time has gone into the technology. everything is based
Hmm.
on means either on the laptop or on the mobile phones, and our children are there on those only, because of which I think that their screen time is also increasing.
Correct, correct, correct. Yeah. And now that we don't look for values, like we only look for, marks.
Absolutely.
The parents, like they
Absolutely.
only want marks. Yeah. And, they don't even know what their children is doing, how they are studying, and what kind of that activity that they are into, and what they are doing at home, what they are doing at school. Our parents, like we don't know, we don't concentrate much into our kids at all. We are in our own world. We after most of the parents are working, both spouses, both husband and wife are working.
Right.
So morning till evening the kids are at school, and then like the parents come to home late night sometimes, and
Mhm.
then they don't know what is happening in school also. And even in parents PTM meetings, like we hardly talk. We only discuss about the marks. We only discuss about where they went wrong. And, we don't concentrate on teach children nowadays. Like we, even at school, even at home, like we have to set examples for our kids. So that is not
Absolutely.
happening. Yeah. So, children learn from a house initially.
I
They have
totally
to,
agree.
like they look at their parents and then learn quite a lot. If we are not cooking at home, what will the kids do? Like they will also look at us. Like they will also get into more into, ordering food outside. And so all such things will happen. Like first learning has to happen from home. So that is very important. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
so true.
like only when, as parents, when we set examples and we teach,
Mhm.
there will be some improvement, which will be seen in our children as well. So that is something which has to be, concentrated and worked upon these days. Yeah.
Right, right, right. Being a parenting coach, I can resonate this thing with you very closely that whatever the parents are doing, the children are imitating the same way. Means if
Correct.
parents are there and they both are working and they both are there on the laptops or their mobile phones for the official calls also, then the children also
Hmm.
get start imitating. Okay, mama is busy, papa is busy. Let me also play a game and take the laptop or the phone and then start.
Yeah.
So this
Correct. And they take
cycle.
advantage of that also. Children, they know exactly what they need to be doing and how they need to manipulate and all that. They don't do voluntarily, but in fact, like they just, to get attention. Children do a
Yes,
lot of other things.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, in connecting to this, I would like to ask, this was your teenage, means you said that you haven't faced any much of the challenge during your teenage.
Yeah.
But as you have
Mhm.
passed on with the ages and the kind of designation you are having at present, the position you are having, what were the challenges you have faced throughout your till time journey?
Hmm.
Specific challenge, any specific
Uh,
challenge?
Yeah, see now I have experience in schooling. I just started off my career teaching also,
Mm-hmm.
and I was actually working as a spoken English trainer, and then I started giving a lot of counseling sessions and giving motivational sessions for the kids.
Great.
These are the things that I just like I notice in our kids these days.
Mm-hmm.
Like children are stressed. They are stressed because of the reasons what we spoke earlier. See now, as I was just telling you, like earlier we didn't have all these issues, like all these things. And now if you see, the we didn't have a counselor in our school earlier. But
Absolutely.
now, having a counselor in our school is a must.
Exactly.
Every international school has got a counselor. You know,
Exactly.
that is because, the stress level has gone high. For both the stress is not only for the kids, it's also for the teachers, also for, I mean, whoever it is, every individual has got a stress. So that I've just noticed these days, like because like we don't share our things, like we are not open-minded. We are scared of a lot of things. Yeah, as an individual, we are scared of even talking to people, and we are scared of doing a lot of things. So in that way, like we don't move with people. So that is a very drastic change that I see these days. So
Hmm.
like it has to be worked out immediately. We only talk about it has to be worked out, but what are we doing? Nothing. Like ultimately, like see now I conduct a lot of motivational speeches and counseling sessions at school, but are we following? It's not only for that day.
Exactly.
Like I go to a school for 1 or 2 days, but
Hmm.
after that we have to follow that. Are we doing it? We are not following up. We are not doing it. And those are the challenges that I just see these days. Like things has to be in discipline. We don't have a discipline. And again, like as parents, we also say that like our children should not be beaten up in school. Nowadays we go and fight with our faculties, saying that why did you hit our children? But like you need to know the reason why. Like we are not able to manage our kids at home, and how do we expect our facilitators to manage, 20, 25 students in one classroom? Like that is a difficult task. That is a difficult task. So we need to cooperate with our faculties and do something better.
Right.
Yeah. So
Continuing
we'll
with
have
this
to,
only.
like fill these gaps.
Right, right, right. Continuing with this only, I was about to say that as you have mentioned that the teachers are also under pressure. Means they also feel like
Hmm.
having tension in their personal life or the professional life, officially, whatever goes on. But how
Correct.
can they be stable so that they can take care of the children also in the school? Are there any
Yeah.
practical
Unless we
strategies?
cooperate. Yeah. Yeah. Unless we cooperate, we have an understanding. We,
Mhm.
like live and let live policy. Like we
Right,
have that live and let live policy. We
right,
cannot bring a change. Yeah.
right, right, right. Absolutely. So, do you conduct any workshops also for the teachers in your school? For the teachers,
Yeah,
means
we do have workshops. Yeah.
how to
Workshops are
have a,
continuously, there.
okay, means related to the mental stress, how to emotionally balance yourself or how to decrease your stress level, stress management. Uh,
Yeah, see, now, as you said rightly, every individual is stressed right now.
right,
Like these days, they have stresses in different areas.
right,
Like first is like the work pressure. They have to, complete their tasks. And then as teachers, like they have to take care of the children in their classroom.
right,
They have lesson plans. They have so many things to complete within a day's time. That is a challenge. And, these everything together, brings a lot of stress. Yeah. And then they'll have to take care of their children in their classroom. They'll have to make sure that they don't receive any parents' complaint. Like, again, there are so many areas where, they need to keep their classroom tidy, neat and tidy, and
true,
then they will have to like coordinate with the admin team to make sure that the classroom is neat and tidy. And if anything happens in the classroom, if like if the children throw their materials every here and there, they need to make sure that the housekeeping staff should come and attend to that immediately.
right,
So again, like when they go back home, they have their own family problems.
yes,
They will have to just take care of their children and make sure that the child is studying properly, and if they are scoring good marks. And they might be, like having a lot of issues with their spouses also.
exactly,
And, like they should, go back home and they should cook. They should, like take care of their family also. They might have some elderly people at home. They need to take care of their elderly people also. So
right,
all these things, like it is all stressed. Like say now they reach home only by 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock max. Like they reach home, and then after going back home, they need to prepare the dinner in the evening,
right,
and they need to take care of their spouses well also, and
exactly,
then they have to like sit with their children and make sure that they're doing their homework. And if there is any elderly people at home, they will have to take care of them also. And
yes,
so, like all these things, add up a lot of stress. And the next day morning, they'll have to wake up early in the morning. They will have to, like prepare food for They'll have to make breakfast, they will have to make lunch, they'll have to pack things, and the school bus for their children might come a bit early.
Right.
And before the school bus come, they'll have to finish off all their work and send their children
Right.
school.
Right.
Like all these are like really a challenge. Like see now physically also they need to have that proper health to do all these things. At times if they have fever and cold, they have to continue doing all this at home with that cold and fever. So that itself is a challenging job.
Challenge.
Everyone have got some challenges. Like at times, you will not be able to balance all this. So
Right.
whatever is talked, however training we give, and whatever meditation sessions that we conduct,
Yes.
or any counseling sessions we conduct, these are the daily challenges that everyone will face somehow. You any individual will go through this.
Right.
So, like as a husband or a wife, like between husband and wife, both has to, help each other at home. That is something which is very important these days. Like no one, most of the husbands, they don't help their wives at home.
Right.
Like the wife has to do everything all by herself. That
Mm.
is a big challenge. See, now I feel that, if being a good husband, you will have to work with your wife also in the morning.
Right.
Okay, so you will have to, like both of them nowadays, both husband and wife, they go out for work.
Right.
So in that way, like everyone should share the work at home also. It's just not,
Exactly.
like, yeah. So, all these challenges, like it builds up a big stress, and then everyone is just stressed because of these things. So this has to be handled first. This has to be handled well. And if this is like sorted out, I think most of the challenges will be solved. Yeah.
Very well said. Very well said. Thank you so much for giving such inputs for the teachers. Basically, this is for the staff, means the people who are working
Yeah.
either in any job, right? So now, if
Correct.
we come to the parents' side, parents, how
Hmm.
can the parents first identify if their children are at the teenage? Then how can they identify that my child is suffering from some or the other stress? Are there any signals to take care of?
Of course, yes. Every activity of the children, like of course, if they are our children, we need to understand them better. See,
Right.
now every activity can be monitored. It is just happening in front of us. So we will have to be more vigilant in taking care of our children. First of all, see now if you feel any a small minute change in our children. See now, for example, our children might not talk, at home, and they
Right.
might be a little reserved, and they might be, like sitting, doing nothing at home.
Yes.
These are the signals or signs that, our children are getting a bit deviated, and they are not, as normal, like how other children behave. So
Right.
all these behavioral actions, like we can notice. And we can just talk to our children. Like we have to spend more time with our children. We
Right.
will have to talk to them. That is very important. That is the basics. We will have to show love. We'll have to go hug our children.
Mhm.
Like it's not like, like if they ask for something and we buy, and then our thing is done. Like, providing chocolates every time to our children whenever that they ask, when we, it's not that we only, give good clothings, good food to them, and then forget about our children. Like we have to take care of their emotional aspect as well.
Right.
See now sometimes, they would need a hug. Sometimes the children would need our parents to talk to them, spend more time with them. So these are the major areas that we will have to concentrate. See, now at home as a parent, we will have to spend more time with our kids, and that is period. There is no other change to that and no other substitute for that. So that is the basics. And then, see, now we expect our children to be disciplined. And in the same way, are we disciplined? We will have to see for ourselves. At
So,
home, are we disciplined?
right.
Yeah. So, like that is something which children learn from us. As I told you earlier as well, there are so many areas where children just look at us. See, now if we are not organized at home, children will also not be organized at home. So, as a parent, we need to be organized. We
Right.
have to show them what we need to be doing. See,
Yes.
for example, like at home, only when we, organize our kitchen and keep our home, neat and tidy.
Right.
And then only when we, like as a Christian, maybe, like you have to read the Bible, you will have to pray, and all those things you will have to do. And as a Hindu, like you will be doing some pujas at home, and you will be, you will clean your house and keep it tidy. And like every morning, early morning, you will have to take bath, and
Yes.
then you will have to be presentable. Yeah, you will have to like keep yourself neat. And all these things, as a parent, if you start doing it,
Hmm.
children will see us and automatically follow us.
Okay.
So as a parent, we will have to do it first,
Right.
set an example on what in which areas that we will have to be disciplined, and then we will have to teach. Teaching is like, when you are disciplined, they automatically do everything. There is no much of things for us to be thought about. That is something which we have to follow.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
absolutely. The great things you have shared in such a small question, you have shared many, many, many things. In continuation to this, tell me one thing that as you have said that you have been in a counseling for the counseling sessions also. So, have you ever counseled
Yeah.
any child? Means, if suppose a child has been bullied in school, how can a
Hmm.
parent or a child can be motivated to come out of that trauma?
Hmm. See, now counseling, yes, I've counseled a lot of people, even students.
Mhm.
And, during my counseling session, most of the students, say that, my parents don't give time for me. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, that is something which is very annoying and very
Alarming.
hurting.
Right.
Yeah. And the next thing what they say is like, see now after school, I'm just left alone. I'll have to go back home alone. And then I will have to do everything all by myself. And
Right.
so that is a very sad story.
Exactly.
Yeah. So these are the most, things that, and they also say, like these are the reasons why, like they don't want to talk to any of the students at school also. The
Right.
students, like some people, they keep themselves aloof. They don't participate in any of the activities in school also.
Hmm.
So, there's something wrong in the house first, and that is why, that is reflecting in school also.
Right.
So, when they are alone, when they don't do anything, other students who are active, they try to bully that, student who is
Right.
really, alone and silent.
Exactly.
So, that is something which is happening in school also.
Right.
And again, like they get hurt, and they get hurt both at home and at school also. So
Right.
in this way, what the only solution is like, the parents have to come to school, talk to the other parents, they will have to mingle, and they will have to understand the teachers, they will have to understand the culture of the school. And they should constantly talk to their wards also, and then make sure that they are also happy. And like, see, these things, when you spend some time in the morning or in the weekends, see,
Hmm.
weekends, Saturday, Sunday, most of us, we have holiday. So
Abs-
we will have to, we can play with our children, play carom board with your children, play, chess with your children, and, like have some indoor activities at home. I mean, you can play shuttle. You need not go to, auditorium and then play shuttle there only. Beside your flat itself, buy two rackets, play shuttle with your kids,
Right.
and like play carom board with your kids. And when you spend some time, play Chinese checkers with your kids. These are all easily available games, and it's not expensive also.
Right.
And you can play, you can play a business game with your kids at home itself. They will they will learn, handling money at home. You can teach them, and you can just, prepare some good food. And during the weekends, be with your kids, give them good food, sit with them and have food, talk to them when you're having food. As a family, you spend a lot of family time. That is very important. These days, that is missing.
Yes.
We are only in the mobile. That is very, very bad. Okay, we spend more time. We actually, look for, comments, and, we look for likes and everything on the mobile, which
Right.
is, very bad.
So true.
We are very busy, taking selfies, posting it, on the social media, and we are expecting comments and likes from someone whom we don't know. That is very bad. First of all, we should concentrate more time with our kids and with our family.
Right.
What is the point in spending more time in social media if
Right.
nothing is happening at home? There should be happiness and joy in our house first.
Yes.
Then you go to the next step. See, now I was just telling in during my last program, I was just telling my facilitators, don't use cell phones all the time. There is no point in using cell phones. It's just killing your time. And this, they say shots are only for 2 minutes. I mean, not even 2 minutes, it's just less than a minute. But then, how many shots are we seeing on the phone?
Right.
One after the other. We keep on scrolling and wasting time. If we stop that, definitely, we can bring a change at home. This is what we have to follow. Spend more time with our kids, your husband, your wife, your parents, and your husband's parents. Talk to them, have fun, go out for a vacation, have family time. That is more important these days. Like if that is done, you will automatically be happy and then stress free anytime.
Exactly, exactly. Such a useful tip you have shared, and this has recalled my time also. That I have a 9 years old daughter, and I do play the games with her. I do have a family time with her. I do have a talk time with her, separate talk time, and mostly on Saturdays and Sundays I'm with her. And yes, I've seen such a small video also, just a small video that once a small child was there and he was just scrolling his screen, which was giving a mental stress. So that was a big alarm for me too. So, in continuation to this, only I would like to ask you that your video is stuck. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what happened all of a sudden?
No, 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 recording is there. Recording is there. So, in the last
Okay.
question, I would like to ask you that what are the three takeaways for the audience? The main three takeaways you would like to give to the audience.
The first main takeaway that I would love to give is, as a parent,
Mhm.
as I told you in the end, you have to spend time for your family first.
Right,
And then you will have to make yourself happy. You have to make your family happy,
yes,
and then think of, making others happy. And, this is very important. And the second thing is, I would always say, don't waste time on the social media. Don't spend more time on your laptop and your cell phones. See
right,
now, we are busy, like taking selfies, and then, doing our own makeup all the time, and
mm,
then spending more time with
on
people whom we do not know, whom we have not met in the social media.
exactly.
So first, we have to spend more time with our family, whom we know, whom we are physically attached with every day. So that is something different. And then try to ignore and forget whatever bad happens in your life. That is something which is very important. And don't keep your grudges and have your bad memories in your mind always. We have to forget our bad thoughts and bad memories, and then look forward for positivity. So, positive thinking and positive doing is much better. It is always very much needed in this world and in our society at the moment. And then be uh, be happy and stress free. Like do your job, concentrate on your work, and then do whatever is assigned to you, even at your work or at home. Like, do your job, do it successfully, and then tap on your own shoulders and be happy. That is something which is very important. And these are the few things that I would always encourage our society to do, and every individual should do. Yes,
Right, right, right. Thank you so much for sharing such a useful tips for everyone. And it's very, very important to stay positive for giving the positivity to others also. It's better first you fill up your own emotional cup, then only you can pour it. That's what I can
correct.
pick out from your conversation. So
Yeah.
this was the talk show with you, and thank you so much once again for coming and giving such an insightful things to our audience. Thank you so much for accepting this invite. And I remember that within a short period of time, sir has accepted my invite. So I'm really, really, really grateful for you.
You're welcome, Preeti, and I'm so honored to be in your show as well. And I wish you all the very best, and may God bless you in all the good things that you're doing. And I'm so impressed with everything, whatever that you do, and God bless you more. Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you. So
thank you.
this was the talk show again on the teenage. If you have any queries regarding any teenage problem, you can ask sir anytime. I'll be shooting this video link everywhere on social media. You can directly contact sir and he will be glad to help you out. So thank you so much for coming. Keep rising. Be blessed.
Thank you.